Hey everyone, it's November 18th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with French serial killer Pierre Chanal, who murdered at least 8 victims in the 1980s. And that is him right up there. And as always, I apologize for my terrible French pronunciation. Chanal was born in 1946 into a family of 16 children, being raised by a violent alcoholic father. He joined the French army as soon as he could and became a career military man, eventually serving as chief warrant officer in the 4th Dragoon Regiment from 1977 to 1986. He enjoyed skydiving and was highly trained in hand-to-hand combat, even earning a United Nations medal for his work as a peacekeeper in Lebanon. His superiors considered him to be the prime example of what they wanted a soldier to be. What they didn't know, however, is that during the same time, he was brutally sexually assaulting and murdering young men in the region over most of the time he was stationed there. A half-dozen young soldiers had disappeared in the Morbihan region of France between 1980 and 1988, becoming a large media story that was embarrassing to the French military. Additionally, the bodies of a young conscript and an Irish tourist had been found nearby. Military brass claimed that the men who went missing had simply deserted, but they had met another fate at the hands of Chanal. In 1988, police came across his VW camper on an isolated road and went to investigate. They found him in the middle of sexually assaulting a Hungarian hitchhiker he had picked up. He had his victim strapped down using a parachute harness, and as police took Chanal into custody, he refused to give them any more information than his name, rank, and serial number. They found 33 pairs of men's underpants in the trailer, including one labeled Made in Britain that they believed to have belonged to the young Irishman who was found dead 2 years prior. He had been savagely beaten and tied up using military-style knots. Their investigation revealed that no one had gone missing in the area during the time Chanal was in Lebanon, but initially just tried him for the rape, for which they were certain they could get a conviction. Chanal received a 10-year sentence and was granted early release from prison in 1995. In 1996, new forensic techniques were developed that matched DNA from 2 hairs found in his van to 2 of the murder victims. French authorities turned to the FBI for help, and they assisted in building a case against Chanal. He was arrested and charged with 2 murders with a trial that began in 2003. After the first day, however, Chanal slit his own leg with a razor blade, bleeding to death in his cell. There was some debate in France about why it took so long to try him for murder, with some suggesting that the military tried to cover up the extent of his crimes. The families of the 8 missing and 2 dead men were awarded 36,000 euros each by a Parisian bankruptcy court as compensation for Chanal's crimes. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Pierre Chanal, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.